Do you sometimes crave mac and cheese, but sometimes you don't want to deal with all of the prep that pasta has to go with it, and maybe you don't want the gluten or the calories? Well, today on Sonya's Sweet and Spicy Kitchen, I'm going to show you how I make a vegetarian mac and cheese that is full of cauliflower. That's right, we have a loaded cauliflower casserole dish today that will knock your socks off. So let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to Sonya's Sweet and Spicy Kitchen. My name is Sonya Paz and I am your spice master here. Hey, for those of you who are new to the channel, I just want to say thank you for stopping in. And if you are new or established subscriber, make sure you go down below, hit subscribe, hit the bell so that you can get notified of when I have a new video. So, what do we got going on here today? Well, we have what is kind of called a fake mac and cheese using the ever so alluring cauliflower. Cauliflower is kind of the new craze. It's the new kale, it's the new Brussels sprouts. All the stuff that we didn't like eating as a kid because it really wasn't prepared well or wasn't hidden enough beneath cheese and yumminess and spices and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to make a super yummy casserole, which is called a fake mac and cheese, and it's got some really great goodness to it. And we're going to prepare that on the stove, and then we're going to pop it in the oven. So what I have going on here today is the first thing is so important. You want to pre-steam, kind of soften up your cauliflower so that it's not right out of the package, because once you pop this in the oven, it's going to need to be pre-cooked to a degree. You don't want to boil it on the stove. You don't want to saute it really in the pan. But what I've done is I've just popped this in my little steamer. If you have a steamer or a rice cooker, however you steam your vegetables, that makes this so that it's more tender and it's pretty much cooked, so you know that you're dealing with getting that all cooked up and ready to go. Because this is cheesy and it is spicy, we've got our Sonya's Sweet and Spicy, and I have about 1.5 cups, or maybe about 2 cups. I always like to add a little bit more because we're going to top this off at the end. So we've got sharp cheddar cheese. You can use any cheese you want. I like cheddar cheese for this because it melts really nicely. You can use extra sharp cheddar. I'm not a fan of that one. It gives me a little bit too much. It's still too sharp, but it's all okay. Whatever you like. I have my onions. I know you're probably thinking, why is she using red onions? My husband doesn't like the white onions so much, so I'm going to cook up and saute the red onions. I've got bell pepper that I've chopped up super fine. I've got my minced garlic here. I have cream cheese, about 8 ounces, which is about half of your typical package of cream cheese. I have heavy cream. If you're worried about the cream being too heavy, you can always use half and half, or 2% milk or whatever, but this is going to be something super hearty, so I am using heavy cream. Got my Sonya's Sweet and Spicy. I've got my salt and my pepper. You want to add those to taste. And of course I have my cauliflower. The cauliflower I get is just a typical, I don't know how many cups this is, probably about 3 cups, but it's a small head of the cauliflower. It doesn't have to be super big. And it's, of course, if you wanted to make it bigger, you can get a bigger casserole pan. I'm using just my 8-inch by 8-inch pyrex. And whatever you're doing, make sure that you're using a pyrex or a cooking pan that is oven safe. We're going to take this over to the stove. I've got olive oil in there, and we're going to start sauteing in our onions, our garlic, and our bell pepper. So meet me over there, and I'll see you then. All right, so I have my pan, I have my olive oil in there. I'm going to go ahead and add in my garlic. And this is just a medium heat. We just want to saute our onions, our garlic, and of course, our bell pepper, so that they're, translucent. We want to just be sure that those are completely cooked. I went ahead and chopped up orange bell pepper. You can use red, you can use any sweet pepper, yellow or red or any of that. And I'm going to just start sauteing all of this here. Turn my heat down just a little bit. I use this bamboo spatula, which I super like because I'm able to really just get everything off of the pan and get that stirred around really nicely. So this looks good. These are cooked up fairly well for now. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my cream cheese, and I'm gonna add a little bit of water also to my mix, and then add in my heavy cream. So you can use vegetable broth also if you want to. And I went ahead and pre-softened up my cream cheese ahead of time because I just wanted to be sure that it was soft enough to withstand the melting this in there pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this all in. I lowered my heat just a little bit. We'll get this all nice and creamy. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my oven to 375 degrees so that I will have this all ready to go in the oven once this is all melted up. Now, I'm gonna add in about, 1.5 cups worth. I'm gonna leave about maybe a half cup out because I wanna be sure that I melt this cheese in there. Turn this down even more. I want to get all this cheese all nice and melty so that we have a really beautiful sauce for our cauliflower, aka mac and cheese. And I'm going to turn my heat off because this looks like it's melted beautifully. And we're going to go back over to the kitchen island, and we're going to put our cauliflower in our pan and slowly add this wonderful sauce right into that. Oh, before I forget, I don't want to forget my salt and pepper. All right, just a little pepper there, and I'm going to mix that in. So we're going to go back over to the kitchen island. I'm going to show you how we're going to add this over the cauliflower. All right, so we've got our amazing sauce all ready. I want to try it now, but I'm going to withstand. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just wait. I'll be patient. I'll try to be patient. And I'm going to take my pre-steamed cauliflower. I'm just going to throw this in the bowl. You don't, like I said, if you can avoid boiling any kind of vegetable, don't do that. You can definitely get this in a bigger, you can double this recipe to make it for a larger amount, or what you can also do is, this is good for a side dish. So, alrighty, throw this here, and I'm just going to start. The pan is still a little warm, so I'm just going to start spooning this all over into here, and then we're going to mix it up, make sure everything's all mixed up and nice and coated, because that's what you want. I suppose you could add your cauliflower to the pan, but I just didn't want to get anything too mushy. I wanted the shape of all of the cauliflower to remain. I didn't want this to become a mush fest. So yeah, we're just going to add this in here like this. So this is a part that I love because I'm going to add my Sonya Sweet and Spicy right on top. Just kind of, because these are already cooked, I didn't want to add it to the big mixture. I want to have this as part of the appeal of what you're expecting to get out of this amazing recipe, and it's going to melt in with the cheese. It's going to be so awesome. And that way I can sneak some of the juice in there, and it can really just add to this dish. So I'm going to take the rest of my cheese here. Go ahead and not throw it on there, but I'm going to go ahead and add that on here because we like things cheesy here. We've got more of the juice in here. I want to make sure I add all that and just kind of get this all ready. So this is going to go in the oven. I'm going to put it in there for about 375 degrees for about 20 minutes or so until it's nice and bubbly, and we're going to give it a try because I know this is going to be fabulous. So let's do this. Well, it's out of the oven and it's cheesy and it's awesome, and we're gonna go ahead and give this a try. It's super hot, but it's okay. I didn't bring a bowl, but I'll use my spoon rest. So, like I said, look at this. You've got this awesome, it's really super hot. I don't want to burn my hands, but you've got this beautiful cauliflower casserole. I don't like to use the word casserole. I don't know if casserole is outdated now, but it's, or let's call it a bake. It's a spicy and cheesy cauliflower bake. That's what we're gonna call it. I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a try here. We've got our cauliflower here, we've got our cheese, and we've got our Sonya Sweet and Spicy. You can mix the Sonya Sweet and Spicy in it, like we did on the stove, or you can just go ahead and add it on top, because then everybody gets a bite, and it just adds a bit of, you know that there's going to be something a little spicy going on in this recipe. Go ahead and try this out. So good. Oh, so warm, so spicy, but not so spicy it's going to kill you. But this is good stuff. I love cheese, and I love anything cheesy. So this is awesome. It is a great substitute. If you want to conceal the vegetables in your household, tell your kids it's mac and cheese. They won't know the difference. Mine didn't know the difference when I baked out food for them when they were little, but I guess the gig is up because now they're gonna know. If you're trying to find our product and you can't locate us, shop online. Everybody does. It's all good, and we ship all the time, and we make sure that you can get your orders pretty fast. So with that said, we're gonna head out. I'm gonna make some sandwiches to go with this. And of course, here at Sonya Sweet and Spicy Kitchen, you know that we're chopping and slicing, dicing and cooking, roasting and toasting. I'm gonna finish out some cauliflower here. It's all good stuff, comfort food. I love it, and we will see you next week. Bye. Happy food dance.